My mic wasn't on. My mic wasn't on. That's really gonna help with audio balancing for sure. For sure. We're doing great. We're doing great. And we're having a hoot and a half. A hoot and a holler. But overall, we've got ideas, we've got plans for today. We'll be streaming today, probably not tomorrow. But we are obviously streaming today. Why did I say that? Why would I say that when I'm currently live trying to balance my audio? We're trying our hardest to make things function. I think this might be a good place to put it. Audio, lots of changes have changed with the audio. We're struggling. We're making it work. We're scooting along slowly but surely. I hope that this sounds a little bit better. This is why, honestly, this video is taking so long, is just trying to make everything function a little bit better. Poco a poco, but I feel like this. Okay, we're gonna leave it there and go ahead and get started. Okay. As it says in the title of the video, today is Nakba Day, which is the day of remembrance for the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in 1948, I believe is the year. But obviously, as the past several years have led to a lot of reflecting on how, particularly for Palestinians, as this is most culturally relevant, or not culturally relevant, but culturally directly impactful for Palestinians. Lots of reflection of how this is still going on, how they're continuing to be under the exact same conditions as the Nakba. I read this morning an article about how someone was comparing their current conditions to the horror stories that their grandfather had told them about being shot at from planes, as if the planes are trying to make you walk faster, about losing your children and your family in the forced walks out of your homes. And it is just a reminder that we are, this is a very real, very ongoing thing, and that this is historically not new for these people, but we have to behave in a new way. We have to we can't let it not be acknowledged, stopped, fought against in the way in that it has been ignored and dismissed up till now. There is a book that I want to read called Someday Everyone Will Have Been Against This, and day's gotta be today. The day's gotta be today. So we have, for our plans for today, for the most part, I am not qualified to do a deep understanding and deep educating on the Nakba, especially at present, and so our plans for today are to continue to do our little things that we can to support the movement, to support the people in need, and to continue walking in values of no to genocide. So our plan today is to continue that art piece that we were working on last time. We want to also we're going to be reading, there are several zines in the bundle dedicated to explaining the importance of eSims. And so I would like to pick up those as well and read through those today. And we'll see what else we have time for after all of that, but I will start with another look into our curio cabinet, rolling to see what creatures and whatnot we shall be collecting in our curio cabinet, because I do think it is also important to maintain those depicting and portraying our values with our arts and how we use our art, including our arts and creations in movements towards this cause. And so educating is important. Direct education, nonfiction education is important. But fiction is also important. And creating art that we keep within the realm of this understanding and the sense of value is also important. And I want to also acknowledge the importance of, am I just saying the same thing over again at this point, of just fiction, nonfiction, and how they pertain to culture are not unimportant things. And that's why there is so much work to maintain a center of culture within Hollywood and within things like traditional publishing, the video game industry. There is a lot to gain by maintaining a center of culture and holding power over the center of culture. And so the things we do to interact with culture, expand culture, and develop culture independent of what those centers of culture and what those core imperial cores of culture demand of us and strip from us is important. And like every person who submits something to this bundle is another person that is saying that the promises of the center of culture, the promises of central media are not as important as art that cares about people. And that is something that I value. So we shall continue onward with our curio collecting. Using a pen to draw last time. Doth we still think that's a good idea? I have a pen here, so I might as well. Today is the 15th. I roll d6s, 2d6s. Do I get extra rolls today? Do I know where my dice are? I found them. Okay. And we are once again doing the afternoon roll, and maybe I will remember to do the evening roll this time around. Because someone completely forgot yesterday. Completely. How do I get an extra afternoon roll? Have I had a snack today? What have I eaten today? I've eaten a meal. Have I had a snack though? I've not had tea today, which is my undoing. I had sunflower seeds. That's a snack, so I get 2 rolls. Did do a reading. I was just telling you about the article I read, and I was reading while I was doing dishes. 3 rolls. And did not touch base with anyone. Not really. I would consider touching base to be like a conversation, not like 2 or 3 texts back and forth as like a good morning check-in kind of thing. So I'm say I have not touched. Oh, wait, I might have. When did I, where's my phone? I just moved. Nope. It's in front of me. In front of me. When did I message you? Oh my god, I did message loved ones today. Oh my god, I did message loved ones today with regards to full conversations, including telling someone about this. Didn't tell them I was in it because we're not, you know, we're not that close yet, but did tell them about this. So we've got 4 whole ass rolls today. What all am I collecting? I know in the like package of things that come with the game, they have, I still want a beetle pupa. In the package of stuff that comes with the game, they do have a like separate cabinet. I'm wondering if I should look into doing a separate art sheet to capture my captures. Basically, is this gonna bleed through? Is this pen gonna bleed through? Yes, we'll switch pens before this becomes a problem. Pens and such. Oh man. Let's use the same pen so I don't have to take more time trying to figure that out. So is my phone on vibrate? Tis. Ah! Everything's okay. We're all okay. Everything's fine. Okay, let's see. So we get 4 rolls today. I'm not dropping things. We get 4 rolls today. Little. Maybe do this longer. More. Okay. 1 and a 2 is my first roll. I don't know what's. Let go. I don't know what's happening. There's a lot of stuff on my desk right now. So we get a 1 plus 2. So we got 3, which is a dead, dehydrated ghost. Very interesting. My creatures are gonna have to be smaller today because I decided I wanted to do them all on the same page, I guess. And so I do not have space. But you just little guy. Yeah. Here's my next problem is, are these going to actually look like crinkles and wrinkles and dehydrated plasma, I guess. I think this gets... It looks almost more like a stone tablet, the little guy I've drawn. So I can just... My little guy looks more like kind of a stone tablet with a grumpy face, but we're gonna call that a ghost. Roll number 2. Oh. 6 and 4. Hedgehog. Pop. Pope. Poop. Pope. I think it's Pope, because I'm fairly certain that's how you spell, like, the first of potpourri. It's going to be a little one. It's going to be a little hedgehog pop. Got a little nubbin. Oh. Little buddies. Little buddies. Roll 3. 4 and 2. So I get to pick a common curio. I'll go fairy trumpet. I'll go fairy trumpet. Oh, we went way too far to the side. I also make the stem this way. Oh, my leaf is also very thin compared to it. That's fine. Very trumpet acquired. Very trumpet acquired. And we have one more gathering. We're hoping for 2. Hoping for 2. Damn, 4. 1 plus 3 is another dragon tail bud. It's going to be a very small one because we know how I feel about drawing all these spikes. Is my collection for the day. Our squad. This is our squad today. We did good. We did good, team. Onward to the reading portion. Also, in case you need another look at how these are supposed to look, how they're supposed to be drawn. Let me find... See if I can get a good... So this one is a full-on scene. which is a little more difficult to yeah, we're gonna keep it here. Yeah, 125. Here, yeah, sure. What is an eSim is the zine that I'm currently reading. It is a fairly short one. It is in zine format, so we'll see how I do it reading through this. They might have a better format that I just didn't download. Okay. Momentary pause. Momentary pause. Okay, there is a better format. There's absolutely a better format. I'm just silly. I'm simply silly. Okay, there we go. Paginated. reading through this, I do wonder if maybe there is a like bit of a barrier in understanding of what an eSIM is for people who've not experienced minutes. So probably like younger folks with like money, not like a ton of money. You don't need a ton of money to have evaded minutes in this era, but as someone who didn't have a ton of money and was like going off $35 phone cards, there is a monetary aspect that it does help you evade these areas. But essentially, like, eSIMs are, you need a SIM card, right, to make your phone do phone things. That is essentially how you connect to the service provider and how they like identify you as someone who is receiving whatever service you've agreed to, and how monitoring that amount of service to monitor your data limits and whatnot. An eSIM is a SIM card that you do not need a physical card for. A lot of more modern phones have them, and eSIMs typically have more restrictions on them via how they can have restrictions via this thing specifically is talking about a data limit. So you hit a cap of how much internet essentially you are allowed to use, how the quality of the internet is typically going to be on these plans, the length of time that the payment is going to cover, and how long you have to stretch that usage of internet. And sometimes it could even be like how much phone usage you can have. But doing this allows them to have, because they distinctly, the settlers, the occupying forces targeted communications resources, and so the local resources are not available, but they are able to, people in Palestine are able to connect to data towers in in Egypt and Israel and in the colony itself. And so by getting eSIMs, they're able to use these other resources that are within range to try and be able to use those to continue to function their lives, find resources around them, share information outside of the strip, contact loved ones, get money for food, shelter, and refuge. And that is a core aspect of what is being done here with the eSIMs and how they're being used to benefit. But again, the eSIMs do have a lot of limits to them, and that is how we end up in the situation with constantly needing to be able to top them up and refill them. Is because they are very limited, and in order to, like, it's one of those things where it's more affordable and more, not accessible, but more convenient to get more from a phone plan, but that is a higher cost of entry, requires a lot more information out of you, so you couldn't nearly as easily buy a typical phone plan for someone else in a completely different country. And again, that is going to have that's probably a lot more identifiable than the eSIMs are, than the eSIMs and where they're getting the eSIM plans, because of how the information needs to be like available to whoever you're getting like a traditional phone plan for. The next one I'm reading, it doesn't really have a cover, but it is the What Palestinians' Use of eSims Can Teach Us About Tech by Chloe Tan. Cool. I did not open. I guess I did. Okay, let us add. That one was fine. A little football politicky, a little. What is that? What's mine? A little football politicky, a little. Like, not just kind of. Like shallow, kind of very surface level approach to the topic. I would say, if anything, this would be an like introductory paragraph to something. Or like, this should be a prompt to further education. This is absolutely not like a leading to a like pointing in a lot of directions to look. Doesn't lend itself to a lot of education itself, but no regret in reading it. Let me This was just so good. I'm gonna organize a couple things, and then we can look back at the art piece that I'm doing. I guess so. But first, let me pick up Let me show you more art from this bundle because this is so damn pretty. Oh, this might be just a different... This is literally the same thing I've showed you before. Oh my god. I showed you this before, but it is a different shading. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. We're just give me 8 minutes for this 40-point turn I'm doing. You get it. You... God Lord, I am a disaster. Gorge art. Oh, like, look at that. Just stunning. Just stunning. Look. Continue enjoying that whilst I gather art supplies. We are onward and to the portion of the piece in which I'm going to be doing a lot of colored pencil coloring. Which is a fun time. Cool. Do I have a glove? Is the only other thing that I would need. Makes sense if I lost it. I actually don't. If I remember correctly, I don't think I actually took a second to like properly swatch out my colored pencils either, so that's gonna be part of the process. Okay, I have a glove. We can continue. Let me... Anyway, that was all just the alcohol markers. I didn't really... You can use the same page, it's fine. But I'm not doing layering. I just want one solid color, and I just not even gonna do a very hard... I might do 2 layers of color. I want it to look less saturated than the rest of the piece. I don't think this is the color I want. This is not the green I want, so let's put this back. Grass green is grass green. Let's say maybe a grass green. What's this? Did I say grass green? Let me look at... It's definitely not that one. What are you? Let's see a dark green. I feel like dark green is too dark. So we'll stick with the grass green. I do have a swatch book that I could be using to help with this process. But alas, I'm tired and thus forgetting things regularly. I think grass green is probably where we're gonna go. We already picked a red. Yeah, crimson red. And literally the only other colors I need are black and white. So glad I grabbed that book while it was still useful. Proud of me. Brown does not go there. That's black. Okay. So these are really the only other colors I'm using. Start with the red. Should we start with the red? I think we can go black, red, green. Let me sharpen my pencil. Yeah, at most I would do like 2 layers. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that point. And then... And now it's a weapon. Do we use... Yeah, we'll use colored pencil to do this. I don't know exactly how I want it to look. We'll test that out in the swatch book as well. Yes. And then anxiety just hit and told me like, okay, I know you're about to draw based on your background, but like what if you fucked up the background and it's been wrong this whole time? Anxiety. I'm an anxious turtle. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to do some light layering here. Because again, in general, I don't want it to be a incredibly saturated thing. Now we're gonna go back for a second layer to try and even out the color a little bit. I don't know how much it's going to do because I'm not trying to really like press too hard. I don't know how much it's going to actually fill some of these gaps. that is, I feel about maybe even a little darker than I had originally wanted it, but you know, I didn't want it to look gray. I want it to look like I tried to make it black. I didn't want it to look gray. Okay, we have a flag. Put these away. I'm going to try small kind to erase because I've got a couple like stray marks here and there. I'm going to try just a little bit to tidy that up, but if it does not erase, I'm not going to be super upset about it. I don't know where my red one went. In theory, it should be in this pen cup that I have here, because this is where I was putting the supplies I was using last time. But I'm not seeing it, and that should mean that it's just not there. Like, there's not enough space in that pen cup for it to be just hiding, you know? Oh, this isn't coming up at all. This isn't coming up at all, and you know what? That could have possibly been marker. Okay. That did nothing. That did nothing. But it's fine. How much blue do we do? A lot. Dope. That's fine. We can always cover it with something else. Now. So my Wilton. Oh, big yawn. Let me grab. Get you some books. You have a problem with the idea of a book being attacked. Might not want to stick around for this part, so I want this, this, and yes. I like that better. I like this better. I like this portion better. This should be better. And I'm going to write on them first before I put them down. Please. Let me get glue. Let me get my glue. Got required glue. I do want to do a bit of test writing. What's a thick pen? Yoink. Okay. I need to be able to. This pen essentially just. Like here, and then divide it in half, essentially, is essentially the vibe, right? This guy. Needs to be thicker because I don't want it to get lost in the text that's already there, though I guess I can. Yeah, exactly what I was thinking is gonna happen. Oh no, this could be dry. This could be dry, so we'll see. That'll fit fine. Definitely fine. Pretty much. There's a pencil. I want to use a pencil real quick to just kind of map out how big I can make the word until in here, and I don't have a pencil in there. I'll get a pencil really quickly. Enter upload. Did it wrong. I used the wrong one. Oh no, I didn't. Maybe. There, and then you're right, I forgot to do. Where's the yellow? It's on these here. Shine on the olive. Screen, see if I can use that to help separate these leaves from the watermelon. You decide glue. Let me grab my tweezers. Here, this no longer needs to be up here. I put a cap on that. I did. That needs to be up here. I put those back in my scrap box. Okay. Blue. No, oh, there's a glove. Mm-hmm. I think I put it a little too far to the side, but it's whatever. We are done. That's the wrong cap. There. And there. This is our finished piece. Up or down. Aha. Very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Simple, but still did the thing. Set this somewhere where my cats can't destroy it. And let's take a look at the time. What time is it? Which time do we have? I'd say 30-ish minutes. We can hang out for 30 more minutes. What shall we do in that time for us to figure out? Changing up the art that we are displaying. I think I know what I want to investigate. Do a little bit more reading, and then I might show you some of these arts from Tiny RPG Maker. I'm gonna start with Bunhead. I might just leave both of these on screen. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. And again, these. Oh god, that scared me. This art and this Bunhead comic that I'm gonna read, I'm just gonna show you the cover, are both available in the Crips eSims for Gaza fundraiser. Link is down below. $16. You get over 200 creative works, including these projects here. The curio cabinet that I was playing with earlier. 4 of my books. And your money is going to go towards, as we were discussing earlier, helping to activate and as well maintain eSims for people in Palestine. My brain is just stopped telling me what the order of the things I need to do is. We need I love it. We are the same. We are the same. Oh my god. Oh my god, same. Oh my god, so this is about OCD and anxiety, which the creator seems to have both. But especially as someone who has OCD compulsion, mental OCD compulsions. Oh my god, literally same, literally all same, literally all same, literally same brain. Oh my god, it was a great time. It was great. What is the next one we're gonna try and look at? Here, actually, let's do this. It's long, so I don't think I'll get through it all, which is fine, but this is a whole comic series. Okay. And if I could pull it up. Yeah, it's 256 pages. I'm not going to finish this. I'm not going to finish this today, but we are going to take some time to look through some of these comics. Yeah, anthology is absolutely the word to use. Like, I will scroll down and show the table of contents for this. Absurd. So much work. God. It's all illustrated. It's all illustrated. Or at least I presume it's all illustrated. I think very much you should get the bundle, and when you pick this up, the introduction that they do is a very, very well worded description of the role arts can play in moments like these, in the world that we live in, alongside the atrocities of the world that we live in. Hi. Hello. Bold of you. You can come sit in my lap. Good. You comfy? Need to be on the desk, Bubba. Good shake. finish this comic and then we will shut her down. Very much loving this. I'm 40 pages in, so I've got plenty to go. We've got 5 more days before the end of the fundraiser, so if you want to pick this up in the bundle that will be supporting the Crips for eSims for Gaza org and helping them to activate and maintain eSims for people in Palestine, link is down below. It is $16 on Itchio, and you get this cartoon anthology, cartoon and comic anthology, as well as over 200 different creative projects from people who fucking care, you know. But that is all from me today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and until next time, elections friends.